We're talking to Alana McLaughlin, and she's giving us some information about the black protest movement in America. And during this last segment, she has agreed to talk about Dr. Martin Luther King and the civil rights movement leading up to not only through the Black Panthers, but to one of the more important figures during her generation, and that is Tupac Shakur. And of course, Lana, let's talk about Dr. King and say something in reference to Dr. King. How did Dr. King fit into the civil rights movement?
Well, Dr. King was born basically raised into segregation, and he believed that he was wrong. He was taught that it was wrong. So basically, his father was a preacher, and he would always say, "Practice what you preach." So Martin took it into his own hands to be like, I'm going to stop segregation. So he made one famous speech. In that speech, he made many speeches, but this one was a quite famous one named "I Have a Dream." And he said he had a dream that his children could be judged by their inside instead of the color of their skin. And I took that to heart, and I started to believe that everybody should be judged by what's in here instead of by your skin color. Like I don't want to be judged that I'm black. I just want to be judged by my personality. Sometimes I don't want to be judged at all. But you're basically saying that Martin Luther King stood up for what he believed for, like Malcolm X, he got killed for that, and Abraham Lincoln, he got assassinated for that, and John F. Kennedy, etc. So it's basically talking about standing up for what you believe for. And now we could go to the Black Panthers. The Black Panther Party was like a smaller group, but it was like the NAACP. It had the same kind of motto. And Tupac Shakur, his mother, his aunt, and his grandmother were all part of the Black Panthers. So Tupac kind of used that in his music. Like he started so like racism is bad because a lot of children and people to this day still listen to him. They're influenced by what he says. So sometimes he had to be a little careful about what he says because he doesn't want to get too violent in his songs, because people will go out and do the things that he stood up for. And I believe that's very good, because if they're standing up for what he believes or they're carrying on his traditions, so he won't ever really be dead. His legend will be carrying on. That's what really means a lot to people. Like all these people that I mentioned that are standing up for what they believe for, and that is awesome. Like children nowadays, that's why I'm here to tell you to stand up for what you believe for. That's what you should do, basically. Stand up for what you believe for. If you believe segregation is wrong, then stand up for segregation. If you believe racism is wrong, then stand up and say that it is wrong. Don't just hide behind your own shell. If you want something done, you gotta do it yourself. If you want it done right, do it yourself.
Well, Lana, I think that you have a great protest tradition behind you, and some of the things that you're talking about. How would you apply that to this whole system of bullying that many of your well, not only your generation, but my generation as well, has been caught up in? People talk about bullying and etc. But how do you feel about something?
Well, bullying is basically when you get teased or beat up or some kind of hurt for no reason, like segregation, bullying African Americans for their skin color, slavery, bullying African Americans because of their skin color, the Holocaust, bullying Jews because Adolf Hitler believed that they lost World War I because of Jews. So like there's so many cases of bullying, like Emmett Till bullied, Martin Luther King bullied, Malcolm X bullied, Abraham Lincoln bullied by even his own wife because she didn't believe that slavery should be abolished until after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed.
He had some problems with his wife. His wife's
family disagreed with the marriage because he believed in slavery, and he wasn't just rich like she was brought up. And Abe's family said no because she had a bad temper, and that she believed in slavery, which is something that his old family, his old generation said no to.
And so in a real sense, you're talking about these individuals, these historical figures that some agreed with the protest.
Some were abolitionists and some were anti-abolitionists.
Abolitionists, but it was the abolitionists in the end that won the war against slavery. Would
by the Emancipation Proclamation.
Would that be a good fair statement in reference to what you know?
Very, because Abraham Lincoln believed this simple word, these 5 words, well, these 3 words: slavery is wrong. And he took it into his own hands to run for president to abolish slavery. That's why he ran for president. And he himself had doubts, recalling to his wife, saying that why run when he won't become president. But later he figured out that he could become president, and the first thing he did as president was sign the Emancipation Proclamation, which freed all the slaves.
And so Abraham Lincoln really is, as far as you are concerned, as Africans used to say about him a long time ago, the great emancipator.
The great emancipator. That's one of his many labels. And A. Lincoln, President Lincoln, the great emancipator. That's why he's most famous, because he was the great emancipator.
Well, would you agree with the statement that people often make, is that, they often say that, well, President Abraham Lincoln didn't really abolish slavery, but that slavery probably would have come to an end anyway.
Well, slavery is always going to be in the world, wherever you go. It's always just going to be there. It's here in Tennessee, there in Kentucky, over in Uganda, down in Haiti. Everywhere you go, you probably won't see it, you probably won't hear it, but it's just going to be there.
In other words, the name might be different, but
it's like a ghost. It's always going to be there. You might not see it, might not hear it, you might not feel it. It's just going to be there.
But you seem to believe that it is your responsibility and your task to make things right in reference to how folks have an understanding in reference
from
to
the 1700s to the 3012. It's just going to be there.
And you've dedicated yourself to making folks understand, and you're trying to convince folks of your age group this morning.
That's just why I'm here.
That's to convince them of not only that slavery is wrong, that segregation is wrong, and anything that seems to separate individuals, groups, or sexes, or anything else. All of that is wrong.
So basically, while you're watching me now, I hope you're thinking about. Your perspective on slavery and segregation. That do you really want to abolish it, or do you want to keep it? So that's basically what I'm trying to tell you. That's why I'm here today, to tell you that slavery is wrong and that segregation is wrong.
Okay.
So while you're watching me right now, I just want you to ponder upon that. You can pause this, you can skip it, you can go over to a corner and sit down. I just want you to think about that.
And you think that being in the 5th grade now gives you the license, in a real sense, to speak up to younger people who, like yourself, at one time.
Any age to speak up. I'm telling you. I don't care if you're 80 or 10. If you got a tongue, then you can speak. You can speak. If you believe in racism, then I'm not gonna waste your time telling you how it's wrong, because it's wrong. You don't have to believe me, but it's wrong. Some people believe in racism, some people don't. It's like everybody has an opinion, and I respect people's opinions. It just like, if you believe in racism and I don't, then it's our different opinions. I'm not gonna mess with your opinion, so you shouldn't mess with mine. So like, if you're atheist and I'm a Christian, I'm not gonna try to convert you to my religion, because it's not my place to do that. And you're not gonna try to convert me to your religion, because it's not your place to do that.
Well, I'll tell you.
So I'm not going to try to change your views. I'm just trying to tell you straight up my opinions.
You're just trying to, those are just your expressions and your opinions, and your opinion alone. Nobody else is responsible for
If nobody else in the world believes this, then I just might be the only one, and I'm fine with that. You might believe in segregation. I don't. I'm not going to mess with your opinion, so you shouldn't mess with mine. So everybody has different opinions. Not everybody has the same opinion. Some people want to cancel the NAACP. Some people want more meetings. So it's basically opinions.
Okay, very good. Alana, let me thank you during these last 20 seconds in reference to some of the information that you provided to us today, and I'm sure that a large number of young people your age and your grade group and et cetera will appreciate some of the things that you've said. And let me encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments.
Thank you and good morning.